All
All
right.
right.
Hello and welcome to another session of Promoting Your Business Without Selling. And I'm going to have with me today Aletha McManama, the digital marketing maven. And I want to just say hello to Aletha. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, sure. Nice to be here. Thank you, Kim, for inviting me.
Great. Well, I have known Aletha, we've known each other over 10 years, and I wanted to circle back around and check in with her and see how things were going. And I remember when we first got together, how you were so busy. I mean, Aletha was everywhere, and now you seem to have scaled things back. So what are you really focused on in your business? What is it that you have now decided is your thing to do?
Well, I tell you what I really enjoy doing is I like working with coaches, consultants, speakers in the area of online marketing. If they need help with website design or redesign of their website, that's what I offer my services. And anything that has to do with email marketing, if they need help with product launches, programs, anything in that area, that is specifically what I like to work on. Those are my strengths and the services that I offer in my business.
Well, I love how you help them with their online presence, but what sets you apart to me is that you also do website design, and that in itself is huge to me. So
Mhm.
do you have a particular system that you cater to or love to use in your website design?
Well, most people that have a website today, there are maybe a handful that I know of that I've worked with, is that the WordPress platform, and that's wordpress.org. There's a difference between, there's wordpress.com and wordpress.org, but I use the platform that self-hosts your website with your domain and hosting account, and that's wordpress.org. That's the system I've used for many years. And then if they need a website built and they're looking for a specific theme, then the system I use is the Divi Builder theme, and it's phenomenal. It's very, it's really user friendly, and I'm able to build the sites pretty quickly based on, the vision of the client.
Wow. Now, you said does that theme also require, it must require some coding, CSS coding, or not?
No, it does not. There are some you can add a little bit of additional CSS coding if it's anything very, very specific. And I've had to do that in the past, but for the most part, you're able to build your site with a drag and drop feature, and you can do all this in real time where you can actually see your changes as you're on the live site.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in your work with your coaches, authors, speakers, and consultants, have you found that there's a common problem that they face when they come to you that you help them fix?
That common problem usually is, it has something to do with them marketing, whether it's, marketing the website, or they're trying to find a way to, how do I build my subscriber list? I hear that so much. And then I just let them know exactly what I've done in the past for myself, because I've got my own subscriber list. And I teach them, this is what you need to do. This is what I would suggest you offer, and make it simple, make it quick, make it compelling, whatever that whatever that is that you're offering. Make their that offer compelling enough for them to register with their username and password. And once that happens, they should immediately get what you're offering. And guess what? You've got their name in your database that you can communicate to them and keep marketing them consistently through your email. That is huge. And I give them all the, my tips and, who I would suggest they use, for them to be able to deliver all of this.
So, however, so you make it sound so simple. And I know it doesn't just take a one-time session to make this happen, right?
That's right.
So do you traditionally find that your clients are going to be with you for short period or long period of time? Which is your preference?
I prefer my clients to be with me for quite a while, and the reason I like to see that is I want to see growth, and whatever that I've been able to offer them has been able to bring them from the very beginning of their business to the point where they're expanding, and maybe to the point where they now need additional help in office. That's happened to me. And then, by that they've had to, say, well, Aletha, I'm no longer in need of your service because now I have all of these people that I've brought into my office, whether it's one person or a team. And I certainly understand that, but I love to see that they have made growth and have made improvements in their business just because they've been able to reach out for help.
I like that you talk about the growth, and we both know, being in marketing, that even a 90-day window trying out a marketing campaign, there are no guarantees, and you do have to tweak, and you have to step back, and you have to allow it to work for a minute to even generate results, to say whether or not we should make a further investment in continuing the work. So if you have to tweak the marketing message, maybe we're speaking to the wrong people, maybe the message wasn't clear, and it's better that if you have a longer term commitment, that you have the room and space for that to happen.
That's right. That is absolutely correct. 90 days really is not even enough time. It really isn't. You really need to spend some time on seeing if whatever your campaign you set out there, if it's not working, then where do you need to make changes to it? Maybe just totally scrap it completely and start with something new. Then yes, I've actually done that with a number of my clients, and we see what works. I mean, if you're also using a system that tracks whatever your visits and clicks and things like that, if that's happening, then you'll see where you need to make your changes at.
Well, you bring up another great system that we use for managing the marketing campaigns and the customer relationships. What do you use?
I use with my clients, and not just one, but I've got 2 or 3 that use Infusionsoft. I actually made a recommendation to one of those clients about the system. However, some had already started using it, and the question that they came to me about was, have you ever used Infusionsoft? And I've been using it for years. There's one client that's I've used it with for 8 years now, and it has come a long way. There's been instances where people have complained about how difficult it is. However, it has really evolved. It's a lot better to use. It's got so many different features, like you've got the email marketing system, you got your contacts, you can schedule them, you can schedule tasks. All of this can also be wrapped up into a campaign where you want this, it's an if and then thing. If they want to work with you, then guess what? You schedule calls around that. So it can be used in many different ways. And it does have the cart system. It does actually have landing pages that you can use along with that. And these can actually be integrated into your website as well.
Well, I could see the money savings around having Infusionsoft or any kind of an integrated system. My favorite is the Coach's Console.
I do.
And learning that was enough that I was not even willing to learn Infusionsoft. I'm like, either learn one or the other, but don't try and learn them both.
Right, exactly.
But they need like this integrated system to do their email marketing, to do the scheduling, to do their client management. You got to have a system that everything kind of comes together, so if something breaks, you can troubleshoot where that broken part came from. And when you have a professional who knows the system, oh my gosh, it's worth its weight in gold. So I know that if you have clients with Infusionsoft, it's because you know it.
Exactly.
Yep. And that's why they stick around, because they're like, how hard it is to find a really good Infusionsoft person, and rather than having to tell that story to another person, they're going to come back to you because you already know their history. Kind of like going to the doctor.
Exactly.
Don't you guys have that down in my records? I'm having to
Exactly.
tell
That's
you
right.
the same thing that should already be there. See, so I
Mhm.
understand.
Yes, that's
You're the
true.
Infusionsoft doctor.
That's me.
So, Aletha, I know you have a new site. It's so gorgeous. You put a new site up.
Thank you.
And I'm going to put your URL down below. But go ahead and tell them how can they find out more about you and what you do with coaches, authors, and speakers.
Well, you just come visit my website at alethadmcmanama.com. That's ALETHADMCMANAMA.com. That's where you can find my website.
Look below.
Yes, definitely, because I don't expect you to have to spell that out again and
And
remember.
then we're going to also share your Facebook business page
Hmm.
at Aletha McManama DMM.
That's
It's going to
correct.
be down below.
Great, thank you.
So we want to stay in touch with you, and we want others to stay in touch. And as soon as you get an update, as soon as you get your free offer updated, we'd love
Yes,
to hear about it and plug that into below.
sounds great. Well, I will definitely do that. Thank you for having me um, during this session. I really enjoyed sharing what I enjoy doing most, and that's, servicing clients that I work with on a daily basis.
Well, it's all about, like we said, promoting yourself without selling. And I tell everyone, when we could talk about what you're passionate about
Hmm.
and what you love doing, that in itself sells itself, and you don't have to say anything more. They're going
Right.
to jump over and learn more about you. And we wish you much success, my sister.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Okay, bye now.